Hi, and welcome to Rainbow Unicorn Cat One channel. American Girl brought a lot of its original characters in their original meets. This year, we got a super quiet re-release of Samantha, and she comes with a new book. Last year, the release was more loud, and it was a bit bigger, quite bigger actually. So, how possible is it that American Girl will bring Felicity back? I know a lot of you are big fans of Felicity as a character and a doll. How possible is it that American Girl will bring her back? And if they decide to bring her back, when will they bring her back? Let's talk about it in this video. And by the way, if you are new to this channel and interested in all American Girl related content but not yet subscribed to us, you should definitely do so. And if you turn on the notification bell, YouTube will always let you know when we upload a new video. We post all the latest American Girl news, crafts, and unboxing. We usually post every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but sometimes we post on other days as well. I'm sure all of you are familiar with AmericanGirlDollNews.com. It's an American Girl themed blog run by Sydney. And here's what she posted a couple of weeks ago. American Girl Felicity potentially coming back? From an unlikely source, a local newspaper in Ohio, American Girl potentially hinted at the return of Felicity. According to a local newspaper in Ohio, a fifth grader who American Girl Doll News will keep anonymous as the article mentioned personal information about her, was disappointed to find out that Felicity had been retired and wrote to American Girl asking if they'd ever consider bringing her back. Surprisingly, American Girl responded, telling the fifth grader that if enough people wrote to American Girl with the same wish, they would consider potentially bringing Felicity back. The rest of the article is a sweet story detailing how, in American Girl fashion, the fifth grader collected 300 signatures to send to American Girl to bring back Felicity. But American Girl's reply caught my eye because normally when a doll retires, American Girl doesn't really respond to requests to bring them back. But seeing as American Girl is open to the return of Felicity, who knows? It could happen. I do agree with Sydney's interpretation of American Girl's answer. Normally, they don't answer. And if they do answer, the answer is along the lines of, we'll pass it along, thank you for your interest, this kind of answer. The fact that they said they will bring Felicity back if more people request her gives me hope. If you are a Felicity fan, go ahead and write to American Girl customer service. Call them, email them. There was a rumor a few years ago that Felicity will be brought back, like some other original historical characters which were brought back with their limited collection. I think Molly was brought back first, and there was a rumor that Felicity will be brought back the year after. I think the most logical time to re-release Felicity will be next year, when we will celebrate 250th anniversary of this country. 250 years since the Declaration of Independence was signed. And Felicity's story is all about establishing this nation. I know a lot of people don't like Felicity because she is supposedly a slave owner, which is factually incorrect. A child at the time, especially a female child at the time, would not be able to own slaves. And yes, her grandfather definitely owned slaves. So this fact became the topic of discussion lately in recent years, and a lot of people don't think that American Girl should promote a historical character whose family owned slaves. However, this is historically accurate. Our founding fathers who wrote the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, our Constitution. By the way, do you know that American Constitution is the oldest working constitution in the world? That's something to be proud of, actually. Most of our founding fathers owned slaves, and even Alexander Hamilton married into a family that definitely owned slaves. So the people who would like to cancel Felicity should also cancel Hamilton the musical, because Alexander Hamilton was a grown man when he married into a slave-owning family. And recent research suggests that he might have owned slaves himself. Let me know in the comments, by the way, if you liked Hamilton the musical. I read this book about Alexander Hamilton. This is the same book that inspired Lin-Manuel Miranda to write the musical. I strongly recommend the book if you haven't read it. And I'm only talking about this because I believe this all relates to Felicity and why that character should be brought back. She represents a very important part of American history. And things weren't always perfect, you know. Hopefully, we'll learn from the mistakes of the past and we don't make them again. And slavery was a horrible, horrible institution which has been abolished and should never return. But Felicity's story represents establishing this nation. And the Declaration, both the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, were very progressive documents for the time. And again, Felicity is just a child. She had no authority over what her parents or grandparents did. I believe it's important to know our history. It was quite horrifying for me to meet a person, a pretty smart person, who went to an American public school and didn't know what Boston Tea Party was. I strongly believe in education. Everybody should have access to education, and we should learn history and we should learn from history. The Pleasant Company's mission was to educate children through play, and I think this is a very, very good approach, which of course Mattel is not pursuing anymore. I personally think there is a demand for learning through play materials. In the recent years, the number of secular homeschoolers increased drastically, and maybe those are not the numbers that American Girl wants. Mattel wants a lot of sales, and that's why they're focusing on more contemporary characters that appeal to more kids, not just the kids who are interested in history on their own or whose parents would like for them to be more interested in history. It is what it is. I personally think Felicity is a very important character if you are into the historicals. I love her collection. I think the fashion is fantastic. I do love it. I love the prints, and I think we are seeing a lot of those colonial prints return with a lot of brands. And of course, I see a lot of possible new outfits for Felicity because that time period had fantastic fashion. Just really, really interesting fashion that's very complex with a lot of details, which would be fantastic for adult collectors. Yes, of course, they will be expensive. But if we were willing to pay $80 for the Wicked outfits, $80 each, right? And they were pretty detailed, but not extremely detailed. I know I said it before, but I also know that American Girl is watching my channel. That's what I was told. I would like for you to make limited edition outfits for adult collectors. And I'm sure some people will buy them for their kids as well, but adult collector market is growing. For example, look at this custom outfit. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm willing to pay $100 for it. I'll put the link to the creator's account in the description box below, by the way. Something like this, right? A beautiful box, maybe a little bit of historical research and a little paper explaining where this outfit is from, what time period. Maybe include the pictures of the actual outfit it's inspired by. Something like that. Anyway, to sum it all up, it is very possible that Felicity will come back. If she comes back, I personally think that next year is very likely, although who knows. And if you want for American Girl to bring Felicity back, write to them. Let me know in the comments if you're a Felicity fan, if you would like for American Girl to re-release her, and if you're planning to write to American Girl and ask them to re-release her. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button. And if you enjoy all American Girl related content but not yet subscribed to us, you should definitely do so. And if you turn on the notification bell, YouTube will always let you know when we upload a new video. We post all the latest American Girl news, crafts, and unboxing. We usually post every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but sometimes we post on other days as well. Thanks for watching and see you next time.